everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tell Me About Your Damn Book. I'm your host, Stephen Lomer, and with me today is mystery author Syd Sullivan. Syd, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for being here.
Absolutely.
We've been trying to do this for a long time.
Yes,
we have been trying to coordinate this for a very long time.
Yes, we have.
Finally, you are here.
Yes.
And the world is better for it.
Yes, and happy 2020, by the way.
Oh, happy 2020. That's right. Yeah. This may not be the first episode that airs in 2020, but it will definitely be airing in 2020. So happy New Year, everybody. I forgot to say that in the previous video. So you're on top of things. You go ahead and host. I'll just sit here and watch myself. So one of the things that I tend to do on Tell Me About Your Damn Book is call out superlatives for specific authors. So sometimes I'll mention that an author traveled the furthest distance to be here. Sometimes I'll mention that they've written the most books. I believe, by a rather wide margin, you are the youngest author that we have had on Tell Me About Your Damn Book. That's because you got a very early start.
Yes, I did.
You got your start. And sit down, folks. If you're not sitting down, now is the time. You got started at 14 years old.
Yes, I did.
Okay, let's talk about that, because more than anything, I wish I had started at 14 years old, because then, by the time you publish your 10th book, I'll be dead. So if I had started when you started, it would have been so much better. But so tell me how you started on this journey.
Well, first off, definitely writing was a long-term passion of mine, and I always knew that I wanted to take my writing somewhere, especially, as I started getting more serious about it and just stay more dedicated. So I really got serious about it when I was 13, 14.
Okay.
But before that, I was always a kid that would write in her journal, like after a day or when I hang out with friends or whatever, and then I started, really writing down different ideas that I wanted to eventually put in my book. So different ideas and things of that aspect. And so when I started the publishing process looking for a publisher, I was like, okay, well, I definitely want a publishing company that has everything that I'm looking for and everything I want to accomplish. Because the thing with different publishing companies, they don't always take in all your ideas that you want to accomplish, or they change certain things and you don't.
Yes. That much is certain.
Exactly.
Yes. Every author who's watching knows that.
Yes. So especially with that being said, I wanted to find a company that was exactly what I wanted and would understand my point of view and what I wanted to initially publish. So I published my first book when I was 17. So it took about 2.5 years to 3 years from start to finish, and then I ended up publishing my second book about 6 months ago, which is the sequel to the first book. So I was really, really happy with everything and how it turned out, and that's when I wanted to continue with the same publishing company. So
okay. So you have also, once you became an author, you sort of embarked on a lot of book shows and of signings and of appearances. What has that been like for you so far?
Oh, it's been very, very awesome to be able to have your books being distributed through social media is one thing, but to actually go out and meet people and talk to people that really enjoy reading and enjoy mystery novels, it's a whole other different world, because you can actually, be like, oh, I've been writing for so long, and I've always been, like mystery novels, that's always been my favorite genre, and to be able to take that, and also because you can go out to your friends, your family, which is also really good, so they can see how much hard work you've put into it and everything.
Sure.
But yeah, so the overall experiences with book signings and author meet and greets has been really well. Definitely been doing meet and greets and author signings for a little over a year now, but I'm definitely excited to do more in the new year. So really looking forward to stuff and all that nature. So I'm excited.
Nice.
Yeah.
The other question, and I ask this of a lot of authors because it's endlessly fascinating to me. You are a very busy gal.
Yes.
How do you find the time to write? Do you have dedicated time that you write? Do you just grab whatever time is out there for you?
Well, when I was writing my first book, I started in the summertime, so I would do writing when I would wake up, sometimes before I would go to bed. On the weekends, I would usually do it maybe every other weekend, things like that, just setting time out of my day, be like, okay, I need to just maybe an hour. If it's like an hour or two, that's fine. Sometimes I'm in the chair for 8 hours. I don't even know.
In the chair.
Yeah, in the chair. Yeah, pretty much.
Like the execution. Sure. Yeah, I understand. Believe me.
But yeah, so, and some days would be good days, some days would be bad. Like I'd be like, okay, I wrote 1 paragraph, or the next day I'll be like, okay, I wrote 2 chapters today, or whatever, things like that. But it was up and down. I didn't really have like a set time. If I was really not happy with something that I was writing and it wasn't like turning out the way that I wanted to, I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna close the laptop for a few days, just take a break. And then, when I feel that I have that idea or just overall conclusion of what I want to accomplish, that's when I'll pull the laptop back out and just continue.
Yeah. So there are torture days for you, just like the rest of us.
Yeah, to an extent, yes. Yeah, torture is a very strong word.
Oh, I don't think so.
But
for me, some days it is torturous to just get a few solid words done.
That's true. Well, yeah, because when you're thinking about this one sentence, right? And then you'd be like, okay, well, grammatically speaking, it could be this way. But if it's someone speaking in your book, you're like, oh wait, but they're not going to talk grammatically correct all the time.
Right.
Some people might not. But no, it's interesting to have good days and bad days, but that's the part about being a writer,
Sure. Oh yeah, you're preaching to the choir, sister. Well, we need to step away for a moment. We will be right back with Syd Sullivan. Welcome back, everybody, to Tell Me About Your Damn Book. I'm here with mystery author Syd Sullivan, and as you can see, something has come between us. Syd, I never thought anything would come between us, but now something has. So I'm just going to jump right into the phrase that pays, the gimmick of the whole thing. Syd Sullivan, tell me about your damn book.
So, Unsolved Case is a murder mystery novel. It says it's more geared toward young adult, but it really is for all different age groups. And there's also a lot of different genres that pull into Unsolved Case. It's not just a murder mystery novel. It has romance, it has drama, so it really appeals to a lot of different audiences. But it takes place in Boston, and where a murder takes place, and the main character, Ariel, she eventually gets adopted by her godparents, and she finds out later in life that she was actually adopted, and she goes through life, navigates through life challenges and everything, and she ends up finding more about herself. And, ultimately, the book leaves off on a little bit of cliffhanger. Don't want to, give anything too much away.
Sure.
But, so it leaves off, it makes you want more at the end.
Aha.
So it sort of leaves off on a cliffhanger, and it has been out for a little over a year. So I've been getting really good feedback on it. A lot of people say that they loved it, and they can't wait for my sequel to come out. So that has also come out recently, about 6 months ago. So now I'm really starting to get a feedback. They'll be like, oh, is there a third book in the works? And I'm like, no, I believe that the story is going to stop after 2. I really wanted it to be a 2-book series because I thought that was really marketable, and I thought that it would really grab people's eye. It's not like, it's not a 7-book series. It's
right.
a 2-book series. So it's a really quick read, but it'd be great for like, a summer reading. A lot of people, they find themselves really in this busy atmosphere where they don't have any time to read and they really do enjoy reading. Well, this book is really quick. It is a little over 100 pages, but less than 200. But it's a very good read for a lot of kids being over age of like 11, 12. But if they, like murder mystery, or they just like, if they're from the New England area, they might want to give this book a try, especially for the kids that don't tend to like reading. When I was younger, I was actually one of those kids. To be honest, I didn't really enjoy reading, and that's where I got into the Harry Potter books. That's when I really started, getting into that feel. And
you did mention a 7-book series, and my mind immediately went to JK.
No, for sure. But so yeah, it really is for all ages, and I've gotten really good reviews on it. It's also on Amazon and on my website as well. So yeah, that's a little bit about Unsolved Case.
Okay, now I'm always very excited when we do something on Tell Me About Your Damn Book that we've never done before. So, Syd Sullivan, tell me about your damn book.
So, Prime Suspect is the sequel that had just came out in July of 2019. I'm super excited about this. We've gotten tons and tons of orders for Prime Suspect because more readers have been like, okay, when's your book coming out? I really want to know how the story's going to finish. And so Prime Suspect sort of gives the backstory of the antagonist, Nick Williams. He starts his life off sort of with the backstory, and so it takes place in Boston in like the early 90s, and then it eventually leads up to Ariel Smith in Unsolved Case, and then it goes into the future a little bit, and then eventually it ends on that story.
Can I ask what you know about the early 90s?
Very good question.
Sorry.
No, very good
I had to.
No. Very good question. No, from the 90s in Boston, I did a lot of research because Boston in 2020 is very different from how Boston was in the 1990s.
Oh, yes, it is.
So,
my goodness.
Yes, so with that being said, I started my research about Boston on mainly Google, Getty Images, things like that. And then as the book progresses, I, did my own research by going to Boston, how everything looks, feels, everything like that. And then to now, because we're starting a new decade, so now I don't even know how more buildings Boston's going to put up now that eventually will probably be landmarks later in the future. But,
Sure.
But, so yeah, basically from the time in this book, which would be this past decade, I really just did all my own research and everything about that. So,
wow.
Yeah.
So that was me taking a shot at you at your tender age, but it turned into a legitimate question. You did the actual research on the book to get the background.
Yeah.
So remind the folks how they can get their hands on either of these books, Unsolved Case and Prime Suspect.
Yes, so both books are on Amazon. They are also on my website. Amazon they can also download through Kindle. Kindle is really great because people, they can, instead of traveling with 5-6 books in their suitcase, they can just whip out their Kindle and then they can read on the plane or whatever. So yes, you can both download on Kindle. Books are also available in Barnes & Noble and different little bookstores and Etsy shops throughout New England. So both books have been getting just awesome reviews, and I'm really thankful for that, and just the really good feedback. So, but yeah, so those are the places where people can find both of my books, and Amazon is a great resource. I mean, I did all my Christmas shopping on Amazon.
Sure, yeah.
So
did I, actually.
Yeah, so they do make great gifts, especially because I got some really good orders for. I told them that they could really make good gifts, and that translated into orders, which was good. So yeah, just pretty much go to Amazon. It's the best. It's the best resource in the world. So
we have a segment on Tell Me About Your Damn Book called The Five. Are you familiar with The Five?
I'm not.
Okay, so you haven't watched an episode of Tell Me About Your Damn Book. That's nice. But But so the 5 is 5 standard questions
Okay.
that we ask every author who appears
Okay.
on Tell Me About Your Damn Book. So
Okay.
I will proceed with the 5, and then you will know what the hell I'm talking about.
Okay,
So,
sounds good.
So question 1. If they published an author's yearbook today and you were in it, what would you be voted most likely to do? You were probably very recently in a yearbook anyway.
Oh my gosh. Most likely to. Well, since I started writing so young, and I've already published 2 books in about a yearly time frame, I'd probably say most likely to publish another book in this decade.
Okay.
That's probably something that's going to be on my checklist.
Okay.
For sure.
That's fair.
Yeah.
All right. That'll work.
First thing that came to my head, so.
As you are unprepared for the 5.
No,
So that's
yeah.
fine, yes. Whatever comes to your head.
Yeah.
Question 2. Which 4 faces would appear on your author's Mount Rushmore?
Ooh.
This is always a good one.
J.K. Rowling.
Uh-huh. I knew that one.
Stephanie Meyer.
Okay.
Then probably Nicholas Sparks
Uh-huh.
and Stephen King.
Nice.
Yeah.
That is a
wouldn't
handsome.
that be a nice
That's
Rushmore?
a beautiful Rushmore. Let's tear down the one that exists and put that one up, please.
Yes.
Whoever's in charge of that, please take care of that. Question 3. What's something about you that almost nobody knows?
Interesting.
This is one of my favorite
You
questions.
have some good questions there.
I tried. Well, the rest of it is just fluff. Now we're getting down to the important things.
Oh my gosh. Interesting enough, what a lot of people don't know this about me, probably just like my immediate family knows this about me, but whenever I travel to a new state, I like to take a rock from that state and put the initials on it and take it home. So I know, those rocks and where I came from. And then when I come back home, I have about like 10 rocks now from different states. So eventually, when I get older, I'd like to have 50 rocks, one from each state.
Okay.
So, I don't know, it's just a little quirk of mine, I guess, that I've been doing since I was like, 12, 13. I'm still sticking with it because that's just different. They're like, why do you have all these rocks in your room? I'm like, because one from each state.
Sure.
So-
And rocks are free.
Yeah.
So
Like, I don't mean to buy 20 keychains.
No,
from each
that's
state.
absurd.
Yeah.
No, or those stupid little spoons that
Yeah.
people put in their cabinets. That's
No.
ridiculous. No, you get your free rock, you put it on there, and then you have your rock collection.
Yeah.
That's
I
good.
don't know.
That's another first. I've never heard that one before. Of all the weird things authors have copped to.
Oh yeah. See, authors are very interesting personalities. I
You
would
don't say.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Okay. Question 4. Do you curse? And if so, what is your favorite curse word?
Shit.
Nice. Nice. I guess she does curse, folks. And there it is. That was awesome. And question 5. If the world ended right after this video, what final message would you want to convey to your fans?
Oh, you're pulling back the layers here.
Oh
aren't
yeah,
you?
hey, I'm not throwing softballs. This is not Ellen.
No.
Sorry,
So, oh, come on.
She throws softballs.
That's true. Yeah.
I'll still be on, Ellen. It's just,
Oh, I can see that happening.
Oh yeah, sure.
That's gonna happen.
Oh, totally.
Guarantee
2020.
It. Guarantee it.
It's a lock.
Yeah. I would probably say message to anyone who's considering writing or anyone who has a passion for writing. I would say just follow your gut. Trust your instincts of everything. You think that you want to accomplish with a certain character you have an idea for, or just be like, hey, I have this idea, I need to get this down on paper. Don't ignore that little voice in the back of your head. Don't ignore any of those, gut instincts. Because that's basically, what I did. I wrote down all my ideas in my journal, my notebook, and that's what has led me to this point. And a lot of people say, oh, I could never write a book, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I will, I'll write an autobiography or anything like that. But, it's just starting, with baby steps, just writing down your ideas and just, follow your imagination, because your imagination is what makes your characters come to life. So.
Now, see, that is beautiful. I love it. But here's what's funny about this question.
Okay.
Because a lot of people, a lot of authors answer it in a very similar fashion to the way you did.
Uh-huh.
But the world is ending after this video. So that advice is of very little use to everybody who is going to now be dead.
True.
So a lot of authors then think to themselves, okay, I would like to thank all of my fans for all of their support, all of the
Yes.
books they bought, all of the
course.
times they came out to see me.
Of course. Yeah. Well, since the world is ending, what would be your final statement? Hard, huh?
It is. I hated everyone in high school. See? Now they can go to their fiery graves knowing the truth. See?
All right.
That's how you do it.
Okay. Well, yeah, because you're the guy with the shades.
That's right. I am the guy with the shades. All right, plug the books one more time. Let them hear it.
All right, so Unsolved Case, Prime Suspect, 2 very good mystery novels. Definitely, worth checking them out, and they're really good for gifts and all ages. And definitely, if you're a New Englander, you'll be able to appreciate both books. And it's a really great read, both books, and they sort of end the conclusion to Unsolved Case because it leaves you, off the edge of your seat a little bit, no pun intended. So Unsolved Case, Prime Suspect, my 2 very first novels. Very pleased with how they turned out, and just really excited moving on to the new year.
Go and buy them, for crying out loud. Syd Sullivan, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so
I
much
really
for having
appreciate
me.
it. We will see you next time. Cheers.